Yep, it's time to take a leap to the next level of Mario Kart greatness. It's time to see why you motherfuckers seemingly out of nowhere when I'm leaving you in the dust, how you somehow overlap me. So it's time to study up some VODs. The best shortcuts you must know for MK8 Deluxe Online from Shortcat. I'm about to learn today. I'm tired of you guys fucking cheating.
Players there. And on Snowland, the biggest shortcut in the game, a lot of people are actually just gonna wait here at the start to make sure they get mushrooms from the item sets. But I turn the custom items to mushrooms only. So here, what you do is you drift to the right, aim for this snowman here, and then mushroom and hop off the edge. And look at how much time that saved. That saves over 3 seconds. And if you don't take that shortcut, you're probably not going to win on Snowland. In fact, back...
Oh my God. I already know all of you, every single person that I played with on this map. I bet you, because I've been leaving y'all in the dust so easily, and then you guys come back, I know each and every one of you guys do this shit. Each and every one of you guys do this shit, except me. My honest game plan of just driving on the course, honestly, yields me a bad placement because of you cheaters. I've never done this shit too, where I wait for the extra crate or the extra box.
The rest of the race, and I almost always won on this track, which was crazy. So what you want to do is...
Wait, how do you not like get hit by that?
Because if you aim too far to the right, what's going to happen is this. See, it looks like you're going to make it, but then you just get picked up.
Oh shit. Oh, yeah, what?
Make sure to practice this one.
Well, that's not gonna happen to me, but
next up we have the Mushroom Gorge Gap Jump, and I remember when this track
first came
out, all anyone could wonder about was whether or not the gap jump was gonna be possible, because
is Shortcat a DK main? I mean, a King Boo main?
Nintendo must have been listening, because they made it even easier. So over this section, there's a few super bounces you can do by drifting and getting mini turbos before you trick off the mushroom. This is not necessary for the gap jump, but I think it makes it easier. Here we drift and mini turbo hop with the mushroom, and we got it. So you actually can do this entire thing and skip the mushrooms without super bounces. It's just not quite as fast, but if you hit all the tricks here, you will skip the final mushroom, drift, aim for this rock, mushroom, and hop. Ooh, that was a bit of a rough one.
Wait, chat, what's the what? Is that a good bike? This is not gonna help him? What do you, bro?
Easy way.
I can learn. I'm learning right now. Shut your bitch ass up.
Is faster.
Be educated.
Is go onto this side, don't trick off the last one, and then drift here and get an orange mini turbo off the edge, and you're gonna land right next to the boost panel, get all your speeds your way.
I won't lie, I don't know if I'm gonna land that shit anytime soon. Oh no, oh no, I'd be nervous to do that shit, because in my chat, if I fuck up, they're like, what are you doing, man?
The setup is the same. We go to the left side with a blue mini turbo. And then here, instead, we just hop here, slight left, and then full left hop off the edge here. And you don't have quite as good of a landing.
Oh, I remember this one.
Won't work, but a star or golden mushroom will work. And, so here what you want to do is you want to mushroom here. And then once you land, just use another one, and then use another one. And then you are out of the off-road, and you save so much time.
Okay, so you need 3 mushrooms for that.
You're not always gonna have triple mushrooms. So if you only have 1 mushroom, then what you want to do is skip the first part.
This is like a whole new game.
And then go over here and do the second part of the shortcut. Hop, mushroom, and go for this ramp, because with 1 mushroom you can't cut off as much of the grass.
Okay.
Next up is Hyrule Circuit, which is going to be our first non-DLC track, and also
I played on this shit like one time. Oh, bro, I thought he was going in the castle for a second. I was like, what? Okay, well, you go in the castle, but you know what I mean, like from there.
So I'll show the easy version of this first. What you want to do is trick on the right side here, and then land, do a left hop, right drift, and then just hop right there and keep hopping until you're out of the grass. That just lets you skip all of the grass without losing any speed. It is crazy. It's super important to know how to do this.
What the heck?
Now, here's how to do the fastest version of this whole sequence.
I feel like Rise knows how to do all this shit, you fucking freak.
And then just land on a drift and go over here.
Damn, he's not even using a mushroom.
But it's harder, and you need to practice it a lot if you want to do it like that.
Practice? I already know how to do it.
Big Blue Lap 2 has some crazy shortcuts that are really important to do. And this is pretty much the original crazy shortcut track with what you can do on 200cc.
Oh, 200cc.
What we're going to do is drift off this booster, and then you can just fly off the edge right here. This one's not that important, but the next one's super important. This one, you have to do this one. It skips an item box, but it is so worth it because you save multiple seconds doing that. And then on lap 3, there is one more shortcut here, which is pretty big as well. You want to go for a path switch. So what you do here is take the purple path, and then once you hit the first booster, you want a mini turbo off the edge, like that. And then here, after the second booster, you go off the edge again. Try to charge an orange mini turbo in midair, and there you go. That's the fastest way to take the ending of Big Blue.
Yo. This is what y'all been holding back on. All this time. Just telling me, yo, Nairo, you're not even good, this and that. And you got dudes who aren't even on the zone, on the map half the time. Cause they doing voodoo tricks and shit. And start flying. Is this shit Mario Kart or is this Mario Planes? Like, what's going on here? You probably want to practice these offline sometime. Whoa. What? I already know how to do this. I'm gonna do this shit like off the fly. You guys are gonna see in like 20 minutes.
DK Mountain has a shortcut that is absolutely crucial to just being able to drive this track.
Okay, no, I've seen people probably do what he's about to do.
But first off, we do have this shortcut if you would like to learn. It is not crucial, but you do a mini turbo trick into a trick here. Skip a bit of the rock, charge an orange mini turbo. I love that shortcut. But the next one is the important one. You want to brake drift around some of these turns. And brake drift a bit here. Then you want to ride this wall up the left side, down, and then just fly off the edge. And that is actually not too hard once you get used to the part where you go off the wall. Now that was the easy version. The faster version involves drifting off the edge instead of just driving off the edge. So everything here is the same.
Yo, Mantra, thank you for the resub.
Dodge this bit of grass, and then you can get a purple mini turbo because you're charging that drift as you go off the edge.
Damn, bro.
This is a really easy
I feel like I haven't been playing the game now. I already know how to do this. I'm gonna do this shit like off the fly. You guys are gonna see in like 20 minutes.
A really interesting shortcut on Yoshi's Island where there's a question mark cloud on the final glider, and if you hit it, then it will open the shortcut for everybody. So let's aim right here. There we go.
Oh, okay,
and see, like,
I've seen this before, and I never knew like what made it happen. I thought it just always spawned like in the final lap. Bro finally got past the tutorial. Chill.
And you think someone else is gonna rely on you to hit the cloud, or the cloud's in a really weird spot? Just don't go for it.
What the fuck?
You can use your mushroom here and do this. And that's pretty much as good as hitting.
That's what I normally try to do. Does he have one for every fucking map? This is crazy. Oh no, we're halfway done.
So what you want to do is get a purple mini turbo right here.
Is there any shortcuts for the tour levels, please?
Mini turbo off here. And that is just a super huge gap jump, completely shroomless. There is a lot you have to get right for this, starting with that purple mini turbo, then 2 left hops and a right drift.
Wasn't that 3?
You want to aim between the blue and gold panel. You have to have a mini turbo and then do a right hop. Those are the most important parts, and as long as you follow those, you should be able to nail this shortcut.
Yeah, I'll nail that one.
I would say this one's a bit tougher than the Dragon Driftway one, but here, I'm going to show you it once, then kind of explain it after. Like that, and then you can hold down, and you can float over the final part of the off-road. It is so cool, but it's a really tough one.
Oh, the third starts to drift. Okay, that makes sense.
There's actually more going on here than even what I said in Dragon Driftway. So
I'd rather be casual and not remember this. Well, I'm already getting first places left and right and stuff, but it's like gonna elevate me, you know, like I can't wait to get back on right now, because I already know I'm about to do this shit first try every try.
Otherwise, your mini turbo will last all the way to the ramp, and since the ramp is off-road, having a mini turbo on the ramp will cancel your speed. So you have to release the mini turbo a bit early, and you have to hop.
That's definitely gonna happen to me if I try this.
So I'm just gonna quickly highlight here where you should be hopping.
Bro actually got a recorded footage of me playing from the future.
Very small uphill here, and the way to find it, if you get close, is see like this line right here to my right.
The line? Like in Yoshi's? Alright, look. Oh my god, you can see it so well here, dude. Look at that. I fucking told y'all. It's right there. I fucking told y'all. Oh, what's good, bitches? I'm gonna just stick to having a mushroom. I'm gonna be real.
The Piranha Plant Cove shortcuts are some of my favorites in this game, and that's because they're so different from every other shortcut. These are like water floaty shortcuts. So
this guy reverses better than you driving forward.
The idea is that we're going to drift over the water and float. So here I hold down to float, but also switch to holding down right to charge the mini turbo. And look, I got a purple mini turbo while going over the off-road shroomless. That is like Typically, you don't come out with a mini turbo unless you are using a mushroom. But then here, we're gonna have another of the exact same idea again.
Wait, but didn't he
so
like...
right after these items,
it looked like he hit somebody to get on that rock.
and then just hold down. Just hold down and you'll float. And your purple mini turbo charges on its own. There we go. That is so fun. And it's pretty easy too. At least the second one. The first one's a bit harder, but the third one coming up is the hardest of them. And honestly, I love this track. I did not think I would because it's a water track, but I didn't realize that Nintendo has just been holding back on water physics. They just never made good water physics shortcuts until now, like way late into the DLC. Right,
yeah,
anyway,
no, this is
the third one.
This is crazier than I thought. Even my birds chirping. They're like, yo, this shit crazy.
And like that. Yep.
What?
Yup, go between. Oh, I love this track. Nintendo, they could have done so much more with water physics earlier on into this game.
Bro, it's
I
cheating.
Always thought I hated water physics and water. Get a blue mini turbo here. Don't get orange. And then use your mushroom in the grass. Hop on the green part. Trick off.
Bro is a master hopper.
You can go all the way over here to the wall. This is my favorite shortcut in the entire game. You get to dodge all of the chaos, and it's just so much fun.
Yo, if I see one of y'all motherfuckers on top of this shit, and I know who's there, you're getting blocked. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be real with you. If I'm like leaving y'all in the dust, and then I just see on the side that you just fucking cruising on one of these fucking green rainbow tiles up here, these cubes or whatever, you just never come into my lobby. I'm a
and it only takes one mushroom.
Hey,
Waluigi Stadium is my
what?
favorite track in this game, and part of the reason
That's
is all
actually
of this
crazy.
advanced tech you can do for the driving, but also this one shortcut that's super fun. And I just messed up my driving.
Me
Ripped
personally, I
off
would have
of
messed
this
up
ramp,
there.
And you hold left in the air to get a purple mini turbo. Then you can hop into this shortcut and completely avoid all the mud. It's awesome. On the half pipe
Yo,
here,
I need to
anytime your
learn that
tires
because
turn
I
blue,
hate this
press
fucking. I
left and
hate
hop,
this
and
level.
that lets you stay closer to the top. That's called an air hop because you're hopping in the air. The
What?
most important stuff to be able to do on Waluigi Stadium. The way that I do the shortcut is after charging the purple mini turbo, I go in and it's okay to touch a bit of off-road, but then close to the middle, I do a short left drift on the wall and cancel it right away. This makes it really easy to come out of the shortcut without touching any of the mud.
That's actually.
Mario Kart Stadium has a whole bunch of
I need to learn
shortcuts,
that
and
one.
they're
I'm not even
all that-
joking.
I'm going to be showing you the one at the very end.
Damn, bro,
which
he's
is
treating
super
grass
duper
like
important,
ash.
And this can win you races by doing this on lap 3. So you want to charge a purple mini turbo here, and then trick in the glider and pause. Now, when you pause online, the game doesn't pause, but this menu does come up. You want to turn on tilt controls by pressing Y and then unpause.
Oh, nah.
Hold down, mushroom, hold down left and mushroom, then tilt your controller back left, and you just clear that entire shortcut, and you get extra speed from going diagonally in the glider, which is just crazy. That is
We
such
got
a good
pause
shortcut. It
strats?
saves so much time. It can create
Yo.
such hype moments. And, you know, if everyone else in the room is doing it too, you can't make comebacks
Yo,
like that.
if I see
But
somebody
at
do
least it
this
won't get
shit,
passed by
that's
everybody
even
right at
worse
the
than
end.
the other one, bro. What the
And if you're
fuck?
using a GameCube controller and just have motion controls on all the time, you can do the faster version of it, which is like this. You go off this side first, and then you start mushrooming, and this lets you take advantage more.
The dude in
of
the
diagonal
helicopter, like,
speed.
oh,
yeah,
shit.
That is such an
That's. It makes sense. That's why I keep losing on there, because everybody just does that. But I'm just like, that makes so much sense now. So in a sense, I know I'm better.
If you get
No, you're just
other
bad.
items, you know, you can't always be getting the bullet bill. If you get other items, then you want to make sure you know how to do all the other shortcuts as well. So I'm going to show you with the golden mushroom.
Why did
but
that-
Of course, you can
why did
take
that
these
bullet
with the
bill
star
last so
or with
long?
Multiple mushrooms. The first one is at the end of the track. This one's super important. You can win just by taking this at the end. So you take this glider shortcut, and then you take the other shortcut right here. And this saves a ridiculous amount of time.
Yeah,
You
that's the
definitely have
classic.
to know how to do that. You can
But
do
like-
it with 2 mushrooms. And then here,
I thought he was gonna do something similar
here
to the
you
other
want
one.
to drift into the shortcut here, and then start spamming your golden. Now, this can be done with 3 mushrooms. We're going to take 3 shortcuts right here, and then drift off of here. And it
God
looks like you're golden
damn.
ended, but it's just enough to take you all the way through the end. And that is Cheeseland for you. 2 golden mushrooms, the whole track's a shortcut. And just make sure that you focus on the shortcuts, because good driving can only go so far on Cheeseland.
That's
You
what I'm
really wanna
saying.
make
I already
sure
know
that
I'm a
you're
master at
maximizing the
driving.
shortcut. And finally, we have dry desert. Again, pretty much this whole track is a shortcut, so bagging is a really good strategy. There's no bullet
What's
extension to
bagging?
do, but if you get any sort of mushrooms or stars, you can just take giant shortcuts right after the item sets. And here, if you go for this item set, again, if you want to stop here for items, right afterwards, you can take a massive shortcut, or you can do this shortcut with just 2 mushrooms. If you want to skip the item
what
set.
the fuck?
So yeah, all the shortcuts on this track, really important to know where they are. And there's not really a big shortcut right here, but the most important shortcut comes right after the water section.
Bagging, trying to roll items. Okay.
And then you can do a 1 mushroom shortcut right here. Or you can go to the right and keep going if you have a golden mushroom, because this cuts off half the track. That is just ridiculous. This track is
Damn,
crazy.
what the shit,
And then
bro?
here, if you have 2 mushrooms, you can do 1 mushroom and then 2 mushroom and come out with a mini turbo. You have to know the shortcuts to win on this track. Check out the videos here for more tips
Yeah,
on how to...
the ending just, yeah. Damn, bro. I didn't know what I was gonna see here, but I'm like, I'm motivated. It's time, bro. Hold on. It's time. I'm booting it up. Hold on. I'm booting this up, yo. Hold on. First of all, let me do something real quick. Let me hit him with the old sub. Yep. Yes, sir. Subscribed. Subscription added. Yes, sir. Second of all, I'm about to do you proud right now. Shortcat. What my chat is about to witness. We get any of those maps. All the information, the data is right here, ready for usage.